Coach Jim Miller, Pat Kerwin, moving the chain, SiriusXM NFL Radio. Good to talk to you. Good to see you.
Good to be
As I
here.
mentioned, 8-9, and it does look like this team's ready to break through here in year 3.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I
our
appreciate
pleasure.
it. My
We've been
pleasure.
talking about you enough. It's about time we get you in front of us.
Yeah, I think you just said it, Jim. You know, we got to win more than we lose, you know. So I think there's the next progression of going into year 3, what that looks like for everybody involved in our operation. And I really like the path that we're on. But there's no magic pill. There's no easy solution. You gotta roll up your sleeves and go to work. So really excited about what we're doing. Really excited about what we're doing. Coach Sirianni, congrats.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Former colleagues now
That's right.
competing for the same
That's
ring.
my guy.
There's no
Yeah,
doubt
how
about it. And, well, it is. I mean, it's good to see. I mean, he obviously winning the world championship. It's got to feel good.
It feels so good. When I talked to him in the text, you saying, you know, it's couldn't have happened to a better guy. Obviously a great organization, but so happy for Nick, you know. He earned it, man. He really did.
He did.
Earned it.
It's time for you to earn yours. And
There
we
you
talked
go.
about it off the air. I'm raising my expectations, and I don't count. I'm just a guy on the sideline. But I'm excited about you. We're only 2 wins away from winning the division.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a division that's attainable. Some of the divisions are a little different, but yours is one where I think now's the time. Can you feel comfortable talking to your team that way?
Yeah. There's definitely, we talk to our guys about expectations and standards and what we want to get done. Obviously, when each team sets out, you're in it to win a ring, you know. But you got to take the necessary steps, and you got to go through the process before that's even, you know,
Realistic,
attainable and realistic, you know. But, our guys will know when they're back in the building in mid-April, I guess that is. And we got a lot of guys working out right now at our facility. But they're all working towards that. There's a purpose with how you go about your day. If you say you're going to compete to win a division, they know our division. We got 3 really good coaches in the division, 3 really good teams. And it was neck and neck kind of all year, you know, and I know San Francisco had a little bit of a down year, but they're a really good team. You know, they got banged up a little bit, and, you know, obviously Sean McVay, and then with Coach McDonald coming in, they got a really good team. So it's going to be competitive, and again, it's not going to be easy, but it's very attainable, and I'm excited about the journey. I really am.
I'm excited for you. I think it's the time.
Yeah, excited for the growth and maturity, and we all grow and mature. I was impressed with the growth and maturity of Kyler Murray, you know, and just where he's at as a quarterback. Because Pat mentioned before we came on the air, he said, hey, these come from behind victories. Obviously, quarterback is crucial. All 11 are, but he's a big part of it. But just the growth and maturity of not only Kyler Murray, but your team with what you want to accomplish.
Yeah,
here in
I mean,
2025.
starting with Kyler, obviously the most important position in sports, in my opinion. You know, we put a lot on his plate. And not just football. And he has risen to the challenge and met the expectations. And if you talk to him, he'd be the first guy to say, I'm going to improve on this, this, and this. And that's cool, and that's because he's competitive as all get out. But one of the reasons I'm really excited for this year and the challenge that lies ahead and the possibility of attaining what you talked about, right, Pat, is our quarterback. Because I believe in the quarterback. And when he plays his game with the command that he has, and the skill set that he has, I think we can beat anybody. I really do.
3 fourth quarter comebacks.
Yeah.
We were talking about that. When you have that ingredient, that a guy knows how to come from behind late in the game and win it. First off, I think everyone needs that. If you don't have it, you're going to always fall short. You're going to miss 2 games that you should have won. Yeah. But the guy knows how to do it. So
you know, the other thing that leads into that, I think, because I saw it, because, you know, our first year, he wasn't healthy, you know, so we weren't playing with him. And immediately when he kind of stepped back in the lineup, and then I saw it this year, is if we have a chance to tie or win the game and the ball is in his hands, the belief of the team is there. Yeah. And that's a cool feeling, you know, and we got to all play to our role and our standard to help him out, as does he. But it's cool to know that, you know what, we're going to win more of these than we're going to lose because we got that guy.
Coach, I call those signature wins, and I've got a perfect example for it. It was Washington against the Bears. They get the Hail Mary tip for a touchdown. And then they come back a couple weeks later, and the second time they played Philly, they beat Philly. To me, those are
turnovers.
Those are signature wins where they're just, you're trying to cement something, but those are the pillars that really seal it, that cement everything in. And when you have that, it catches like wildfire.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, the talk about, momentum in sports and, there's a bunch of opinion. And I always say, yeah, perhaps it exists. It exists. It's hard to define. But I do think that when you have those type of wins or you stack some wins together, the really good teams that I've been on, it just kind of compounds. It's like doing the right thing all the time, and you just set yourself up to have a chance to win every week. And I think that's what you're ultimately trying to do, is give yourself a chance to win every week. And it's the NFL for a reason. It's the most competitive league out there. It's pro sports. So we talked to these college guys, and the one guy that we talked to yesterday, he's like, when the ball gets kicked off, we're going to win 10 out of the 12 games just showing up. So that's not like that here, man. Like, that is not like that here. Like, it is. You might have a team that's 5-2 and 2-5, and that team beats the 2-5 team. I mean, it doesn't even look like it's competitive. Certain games go down like that. But it's the best of the best, and it's the most competitive out there. And, I love it, man. I love it.
Well, let's look at the Combine for a minute. Not everyone comes anymore.
Yeah.
And when I was in it, everyone was here. But and I get that's their prerogative. But you're here, so I'm going to ask you why you come.
I'm here. This is kind of my first, our scouts have done so much work on these guys, throughout their whole college career, so they know them really well. I love the players. That's the thing that excites me most about the job is the players, right? So it's like, this is kind of my first intro, besides the tape, this is my first intro into the people, and to start unpack that, is this guy, would he fit into our building? Is this kind of guy we want to draft and acquire, all those things. So I love talking to these guys. I think we get valuable information. It's cool to see them work out, but I love talking to the guys in the interviews, and it's pretty cool to hear some of these guys' story and know what, all of them have overcome some type of adversity to be sitting in Indy right now, kind of living out their dream, quote unquote. And it's exciting, the chance to add some of these guys to our team to help us win.
So I worked for 4 different head coaches, and I was here interviewing a lot of players with all 4 of them. I had one guy that, he got turned off in the interview, this 15-minute deal.
Yeah.
He was done with the guy. I worked with another guy who was like, God, I don't think I like him, but let's do more work on it. Like, there's different shutoffs by some coaches.
I think everyone has their own process. Monty is awesome because I would describe him in this setting, does not ride the emotional roller coaster of a 15-minute interview. But there's definitely some guys when they walk out, we're like, man, like that guy, that guy. We've drafted some of those guys since we've been here. And then there's other guys. It's like, we got to do a little more work on them. You know what I mean? And that's cool because you do have some time in the process still. But I love how he sets it up and how we run things. But we're at the end of the day, we're trying to get to know him a little bit, see about the ball a little bit, as quick as you can in 15 minutes. And really just my first exposure to these guys coming out.
Monty Ossenfort, general manager of the Arizona Cardinals, and coach, they're signaling me you got to move along. So
that's we always. I was just getting comfortable.
Well, you always swing back.
Always appreciate your time, and time to break through.
Yeah,
so
let's go to work. Let's go to work. 2025.